Hi, this is Imani with your message for the fire signs for September 2019. So if you are an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, this reading is for you. So take the time to get centered, and how this want to flow is I'm going to pull 7 cards for all the fire signs, and then at the end there'll be an individual message for each sign. So take a breath and get centered, and we're going to start out with 7 cards from the Sacred Creator's Oracle. What is the message for the fire signs for September 2019? Oops, already got cards jumping out, so we'll just stop there. 7. So the first card that hopped out for the fire signs is You Are Magic. Once again, it's almost like you're getting realigned with yourself. You're knowing what it is, what you have to do, what it is that you have to offer. I'm seeing many opportunities coming towards you. It's going to be up to you if you're going to take the opportunities. There's no need to be hesitant. There's going to be a lot of abundance energy around you. So make sure you go ahead and tap into that. This is the time to stop complaining. This is the time to stop whining. This is the time to really lock in on what it is that you want. You've been getting many messages throughout the entire year that it's your time. And the only thing that's been stopping some of you guys is just that belief of knowing what it is that you can achieve. There's going to be many opportunities coming towards you. There's people going to be like, I need you. I need you. And basically, what are you going to do about that? Next card. Oh, nice. It says you are a light. So when you are a light, that means you do have a internal and external responsibility to handle your business. This is not the time to play around. This is the time to inspire others, because you do like to talk to people. You do like to communicate with them. You do like to see people at their very best. So fire signs, go ahead and trust your inner light, your inner guidance, and go ahead and be the guide for others. Some of you will be teaching more. Some of you will be speaking more. It's really just a platform of you to just really rise up into the person that you've been daydreaming about for all these years. This is really just your time. Your next card is fall in love with your own story, which means fire signs, do not get caught in that whole comparison thing, like, well, this worked out for her this way, or this worked out for him this way. No, fall in love with your own story. That means you need to go back through each chapter, and you need to assess, reevaluate, reflect how long you have come, because some of y'all have came from the very bottom and now you're just like on top. And stop comparing. You need to go back and appreciate those gifts. Appreciate those detours, because in each of those detours, there was a lesson for you to grab. There was a lesson for you to remember. There was a lesson for you to teach others. That's where that teaching is coming up again. Our 4th card is follow through. All right, fire sign, I know you guys get very excited. You guys have many ideas, but sometimes you have problems with the follow through. You can start it, but sometimes you don't finish it. This is asking you to go back to finish up loose projects, loose end, go back, read over those details or any contracts that you may have. This is also time to, I'm seeing implementing things that you may have put down, whether that was you going back to school, whether that was a certification, whether that is for you to, what is that I'm seeing? It's like following out with programs that you may have started for others. It's almost like some of y'all started some type of venture, but you didn't stop because you were disappointed with who showed up or who signed up or who didn't sign up. Stop getting in that mindset of how many people are going to be following you, and get in that mode of quality. What is it that you're going to offer? What is it going to, what are you offering that's going to bring people back to you? Get into your quality when it comes to your services, when it comes to your work performance. How do you want people to remember you? Do you just want to be the, they got a whole bunch of followers and a lot of people look up to them and they're just like empty? No, this is a call for you to go just a little bit deeper, so people can connect with you more and not so on a superficial level. So you may want to start engaging in more one-to-one interactions, one-to-one relationships, one-to-one meetings, and just a whole lot of one-to-one energy that's coming through, so people could see who you are. And once people get to see who you are, you would naturally start to shine more, and you don't have to force it. So go ahead and be vulnerable. Next sign for my fire signs. Feed your artists. I love this card because there's a lot of creativity that you've been sitting on. It feels like a lot of people tried to cage you, tried to box your ideas. Now it's just time to unleash it all, show people what you're made of. A lot of y'all are very creative when it comes to like the arts in general. What it is you like to create on paper, on pen, especially with like the writing. I'm seeing lots of colors. I'm seeing lots of like artistic dreaming. I'm seeing lots of abstract art. So go ahead and let that side of you be known and let it be shown that these are the gifts that you have. And it doesn't even have to be for like an audience. It's just that you need that time to be reclusive into yourself and to create and to give yourself a peace of mind. It's more so like feeding your inner child as well and having lots of fun while doing so. And also just get together with your friends and, you know, y'all all create together, because we live in a very serious world and sometimes we forget to just have fun. And fun doesn't always have to mean partying and drinking. It can mean just creating, having fun, laughing, eating. So feed your inner artist, whether that's through the arts, whether that's through food, whether that's through creating. Just make sure you're doing something with your hands is what I'm seeing. Because it also calms down that busy mind that you have when you just want to go do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Next card is the sacred flow of yes. I'm hearing that you don't need to say yes to everything, because being that a lot of people are going to be reaching out to you, you may feel pressure that you want to show up for everything. That is going to be a recipe for exhaustion. That is going to be a recipe for burnout. Take your time and sit with the questions that people ask you, the opportunities that people may present to you, because sometimes it's just not really aligned with what you are and who you are. Even though it may sound like a great opportunity at the time, at the end it just doesn't resonate. So be very selective with who you say yes to and what you say yes to. And it's perfectly okay to say no, or it's not time for that. And I'm always seeing that you do need to make sure that you are checking in and making sure that you are resting during this busy period that you're going to start having. 7th card, get back to elemental. Get back to elemental means that you need to start, is what I'm seeing, getting more like, I don't want to say like in your home, but really tapping into what makes you comfortable. Like I'm seeing material things. So do you have certain sheets that you like to lay on? Certain pillows, certain colors. I'm seeing just make your space very beautiful and very comfortable around you. I'm also seeing make sure you're being very comfortable with who you're talking to as well. If you feel like any conversations are being forced, then you may not need to conversate. Converse is the proper term. Converse with that person. You know what I mean. And also getting back to the elemental, that does mean being still. That does mean being out in nature. You may want to play around and see how the different elements may elevate your mood. So you may have water, it may calm you. You may have fire, you may need something that you need to burn. You may need air, you may need to sit and meditate with your thoughts. I know I'm missing one. Earth, nature, sitting out in nature. So you have earth, you have fire, you have air, and you have water. How can you incorporate those elements or the characteristics of those elements into your life? So now we're going to pick a card for each sign of the fire element for a closing message. So first we're going to start with Aries. Aries is coming up. What is the message for Aries? What is the message for Aries? You guys need to slow down. I see a lot of busy movement. I'm seeing like, it's just like a lot of like, oh my gosh, like calm down. Take a deep breath and be very calculated with your steps, because sometimes you guys may skip steps, Aries. Just take a breather, okay? Because sometimes when you move fast, you miss those opportunities because you're trying to skip steps. So, the personal message for Aries is blocks. A lot of you may have perceived struggles or things that you may have ran into in the past. That does not mean it's the end of the world. You guys are very strong. You guys are very innovative. So I'm hearing that you need to create new opportunities for yourself and stop being dependent on others. Thank you, Aries. And the next message is going to be for the Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius, what card fell out for you? Curious versus confused. That means you need to take the time to get clear. I'm seeing you hearing lots of people like in your ear trying to pursue you to go a different way, to do a different thing. You're just like, but I make more money doing this, or this just looks so much better on paper. So it's just like, I need you to get clear on what it is that you want. And if you do have curiosity about different opportunities, this is an invitation for you to take time to explore what it is and will it be a benefit for you. You need to stop and check in just to see if anything that you're going to be doing is going to be a benefit to you, or is it going to stress you the hell out. If it's going to stress you out, please don't do it, Sagittarius. I'm also seeing lots of jumping jacks. So you might want to like up your cardio. Get your wind up. If you smoke, stop smoking. Shit's not gonna help you. Last but not least is our good old Leos. What is the personal message for Leos? Leos, I'm also hearing that you may need to scale back and just be very selective on the type of foods that you are putting in your body. Everything is not agreeing with you like it used to. You do need to take a total assessment from top to bottom on how your body is feeling. A lot of you have been ignoring like your body sensations. Please stop doing that. Your body is trying to communicate with you. It's trying to tell you something. So once you see that alarm and feel that alarm, you need to stop and check in and see what it is that you need to do. Because some of you, it may be dealing with your throat. There may be something that you need to be speaking up on, or you're just not listening to spirit. Also, like your legs and your movement. So you may be having like an internal battle with the type of path that you're supposed to be on, what you're supposed to be embarking on in the next couple of months. Listen to your body, check in, feed yourself nutritious food. The card for Leo is, there's a clock, which means time does not exist for you. Stop trying to put everything on a timeline and let things happen naturally as it should. Well, that is all our messages for the fire signs for September 2019. Make sure you check back in next month for some new messages. I hope all this resonated with you, and I wish you a wonderful September. Peace.